multifarious is absolutely the right word to describe the role of a mentor. A friend, a guide, a coach, a person who handholds. And this is what I have understood from the role of a mentor. You look back at history, the greatest philosopher, Plato, had a mentor in Socrates. One of the greatest conquerors of the world, Alexander, had a mentor in Aristotle. Helen Keller had a mentor in Annie Sullivan. So, if you look at everybody here had a mentor, if not in Toastmasters, even outside. Maybe it's your father, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a family friend, somebody who's already there to stand by you when times are down. I'd like to make this session because we've got some very senior Toastmasters like Ram Gopal, Ramesh, Venkat, a lot of people who have gone through the mentoring process, Sadhana and Raju. And I had a lot of gap in Toastmasters. And I'd like to see if there is what we are practicing and whether I can learn something from what you are practicing now. And if there are any gaps, we can share and we can try to standardize mentoring. Because I believe the crux of a Toastmasters meeting, the way a member grows, is all in the mentoring process. Okay? If now a person like Gulzar has gone to the US 7-8 years ago, and now she calls me in the morning from US and she's asking me who are you mentoring now? Is that girl better than me or the boy better than me? The competitive spirit is still there. She didn't mention about Divakar also, right? Okay. So let me understand from Prashant, how did the mentoring process go for you when you joined the club and what is the process being followed now?
So BP Education assigned me a mentor. At that time, Santosh was the BP Education and he himself took over and he said, I'll be your mentor.
We'll not go into any names because I might be criticizing them. Just kidding. Okay, good. Good.
So after that, I was asked to give my first speech and I was asked to send a draft of the speech. Correction happened and then we met once. I presented it in front of him. He made a few more corrections. He gave me some suggestions. In another 2 to 3 days, I used to come to the club and give my speech.
Anything else? So did you follow the same practice in the second speech, third speech?
Yes.
So been delivering your speeches in front of your mentor?
Yeah, once.
Once? So when he gives you feedback, what do you do?
I incorporate that in my speech when I give it in Toastmasters.
Okay, fine. Let's ask somebody else. You know what?
Okay. As a mentor or as a mentee?
Okay, as a mentor.
As a mentor. I have met my mentee after she or whoever selected the subject, saw the speech, went over it, gave my suggestion according to the guidelines of the speech, discussed it, various points. She noted down several points, rewrote the speech over and over again, came and presented it over and over again. It was like a never-ending process until we came to a point. We said, okay, this is good enough. We recorded it, heard it over and over again, and it came to a point where we were with the guidelines. We said, okay, it's time to stop and practice and deliver.
Yeah, Santosh, what about your process as a mentee?
As a mentee, my mentor helped me understanding what is lacking. There are already things I can speak, so the few things which are very common in the new mentee, I didn't have that. So it was for me, it was very hard to come up that what exactly I'm lacking. So I think picking up that points and telling me this is exactly what you're not doing that right, so you should do that. I think that was very helpful. And now I think that we kind of learn till a certain point, and I want to observe different other speakers and learn from them.
So you delivered your speech in front of your mentee?
Many times, yes.
Many times. So how long have you been in the club?
For 5 months, I think.
How many projects have you done?
Today is my first project.
That's pretty quick. Let's give a round of applause. Very good. Some of the things I think we should ask Venkat. Generally what I practice, it may or may not be right. For the first speech, I follow the practice which you do. I go through the material, okay, and give the touches and feedback what would be right. And I give him some couple of standard icebreakers. I have delivered some 7-8 different icebreakers. So I give him the different icebreakers and ask him to compare the notes, with what else. I generally don't ask him to deliver in front of me for the first speech. Because I want him to, I don't want my style, okay? I don't want to influence him on my style. I want to see how does he come and actually deliver. I just tried that out because earlier when I used to mentor a person, ask him to deliver the first speech, the originality of the speaker goes away, I thought so. So when the person comes and gives raw, untouched, we can really catch the plus and minus points. That's one of the things which I practice. Maybe the other practice also. What do you suggest?
You mean as a mentor?
Yeah, as a mentor. Yeah, please.
Good evening.
Evening. Good evening.
Mostly when I get a mentee to me, I ask them, have you seen the manual? First thing is, if you don't see the manual, if you don't go through the manual, you will not understand what you are trying to speak. First. Second, as a mentor, I feel I am there only to add value. Only to add value to the speech that he or she has prepared. I am not going to alter anything, the main idea. I'll ask him what is that one single point that you want to convey through your speech. One line that you want to speak on. If you narrow it down to that, the idea comes out very well. Second thing is, I see whether the opening is good, whether the bridging is properly done, whether the conclusion is very forceful where the speech gets an impact at the fag end. I can only add suggestion. I write up on this right side of the page saying this can be added here, think over, and I leave it to the speaker. Because I don't want to tinker the speech, I only want to enhance the speech. I believe if you are a mentor, if you can only enhance a speech, you add value to the mentee. And this is what I've learned from my mentors, including Kathri, Ian.
That's why you got 8 ribbons in a row.
Yeah. And more than that, what I like as a mentee and mentor relationship is, you must get closer. Unless you don't trust your mentor, unless you don't trust the value or potential the mentee has, the mentor-mentee relationship doesn't get better and better. The best case can be Kumaran and Ramesh mentee-mentor relationship. Maybe Kumaran would have mentored Ramesh 4 or 5 speeches. But look at the way still Ramesh goes back to Kumaran, just to add value. If you can build a bond like that, any club can grow. Initially, Sunshine was very, very famous for its speeches. Any speech given here can stand any test outside. That was it. It was because the mentor-mentee relationship here. It was compulsory until 6th project, you have to go to your mentor. If you have to change your mentor, it should go through the GP education. So many process was being followed.
All for the benefit of the member who comes in.
At one point of time, we had told the member, please, for your betterment, can you redo your speech? We never said that your speech is rejected. When you say, please, can you consider redoing or giving the same speech outside with your mentor's help, it is subtly put to the mentee that you will have to work on this speech. If you can take that, and if the mentor also adds value and enhances the speech, it is the best way to help someone who is coming to the speech.
Thank you. Excellent. I don't tinker at the speech. So what I would do, I've just given the inputs, and earlier I had a habit of, the moment the speech used to come, because we were experienced, I would do the speech for him. No, the sense, he's got a raw material, and I look at the speech, I get tempted, I can see all the spots where the problems are. Okay, then when he comes and delivers, it's not coming from the heart, it's my speech, no. It doesn't come from the heart. But what I did, second time I allowed him to deliver a speech with minor changes, suggestions, and after he delivered the speech, I sat with him and I completely reworked the whole speech and said, just compare it now. Is there a difference in the quality of the speech, the transitions? One of the things is, we are going at a pace that we want to complete projects fast. Okay, it's okay. But when you finish your distinguished Toastmaster, CL, CC, nobody outside the Toastmaster circle is going to recognize you. Only going to recognize you where you can connect with people, where you can speak well, where you can change lives. That's what you're going to see. It's not about you being a DTM. That's not important at all. A lot of world champions have done only 10 projects. So that's not important. And the dedication, I still remember Arjun Raj was my first mentor. And there was a time when we were supposed to meet. He stays in Whitefield and I was staying in Rajendra. Okay, I started, but I had to go to Whitefield for mentoring. Okay, and I started close by. He said, you have to come to Whitefield. And on the way I had a small accident and I had to go back home. You won't believe it, in the rain from Whitefield, he comes to my house at 9 o'clock at the night because he said, I can't allow you to give you a speech without you finally delivering it. He came all the way from Whitefield to Rajendra, got thoroughly wet in the rain. That's the bonding. It's not that once I'm mentor, I'm superior to you as a speaker, as a person. Dinesh Kumar, I don't know how many of you know Dinesh Kumar. He did a speech craft. You know, the director of Kirloskar, extremely senior person. He's the author of so many books. He's spoken across the globe. And that's the kind of person when he joined Toastmasters as a speech crafter. And I was his mentor. Okay? And he's a very senior person. No, I can't ask him to come to place. So I said, I'm going to come to your place. He said, nothing doing. Now my mentor, I am coming to your place. You understand that? So, it's about the kind of friendship which we develop. The dedication. The first question when a mentor asks him, what are our project for? They say, in a gist, tell me in 10 lines what you understood about the project. If he's not understood there, no, better go back and read the manual. Understand the manual, what it is. And I'll see in this manual how many highlight marks are there. What does he understand from that? How many notes? For one speech, I would have 30, 40 note pages. You know, from the internet, from the newspaper articles, all matter collected, maybe so much matter. For our project, speech on persuade your audience, I think it was a project 9, talking to people to give up alcoholism. I worked 1 month with Alcoholics Anonymous. I went to all their meetings. I sat in the meetings. I spoke to alcoholics. I went to pubs, rescued people, got them admitted in alcoholics. And this is the process I tell mentors, mentees should follow. Every single project, there's been thorough research. Anybody can cut, copy, paste. That's not what you're going to do. Is it? What you're going to do is to do research on a project and you speak to the people who have actually had problems, who have suffered from AIDS, who have got out of alcoholism. Now, this is what you must tell your mentee. Is it not? Don't be in a hurry to finish your project. Be having no risk. And there was a rule in our club that every project had to be repeated twice. Whatever it is, in our club, outside the club. Take the feedback, repeat the project. Yes or no? Yes. Okay, after some time, we say, why should you force people to do now? We had set standards and we could see that people are improving with that. So what is your process? How do you follow, Raju?
Good evening, Toastmaster.
Good evening. Can we also say good evening?
Good evening. Apart from getting mentoring Toastmasters movement, including from our club, from other clubs, I feel this is one of the best training program available. Free, unconditional, unlimited. Still I remember the words, the sentences used by my mentor, Ramesh, to mentor my icebreaker. And followed by Kumaran, Kadri, and everybody has mentored all my speeches. Great learning. And I really learned how to actually take the content and put it in a proper format and make it more presentable, structured. And in the process, I probably to complete my CC. Then once I complete my CC, I'm working on my advanced manual.
What is the process you are following with your mentee? You tell me that.
First, I read my manual.
Okay.
And I take some incident from my life and correct.
With your mentee?
Yeah, mentee. Now,
How do you mentor?
I'll send my script.
Not your mentor, you are a mentor.
Okay.
Mentor. How do you approach your mentee? What is the process you follow? What are the steps you follow?
I'll ask my mentor to read project guideline.
Okay.
And I'll ask him over the phone what do you understand. And he will say, it's all about body language and other things. And can you take out some incident from your life and do some research over the net and then correct story, point in the formula what you prepare up to 700 to 800, but then send a script to me. So I'll go to the script and I'll suggest him some areas like with the red letters and everything. He will work on it and they will send me back again. So I'll call him at some common place just to ask him how you have understood any difficulties.
Super.
Difficulties.
If your mentee says, I like your approach, he's in project 2 now, he asks you, can I go to Venkat or Kadri, I just want another alternative suggestion. What would you say?
I always open and encourage my mentees. So if I feel that I can't do justice to particular project on the particular topic selected by mentee, No, I always tell I don't have the authority on this. I feel it's in comfort.
Not from your part.
Yes.
You have authority.
Yes.
The mentee says just for that, he says, I want to go to another mentor just to take a backup. I want to have a
Yeah.
change, you know. I like your style, but I want a different style.
No, I tell him and encourage him to move.
Is it okay with you, Ram?
Yeah, it happened with my mentees also.
Okay, what happens?
No, we have given them the liberty to go and experiment with the other mentors.
I think it's okay. What do you say, Ramesh? I think it's okay. What do you say? It depends on what.
Because the earlier stages in the speeches, when they are into the club,
Ah,
it is better to handhold the mentee to some
Okay.
extent,
okay.
so that he gets comfort level in the club in giving speeches.
Okay.
Maybe when he completes the basic speeches, 5 to 6,
Okay.
then he can explore, because he has to get the basic things in perspective.
Okay.
And as a mentor, you have to spend a lot of time to understand your mentee's comfort level or discomfort level.
Okay.
If he keeps moving from one person to another, the mentor will do his job, but he won't learn anything in the process.
Okay.
He will not acquire something which comes through long relationship.
Okay.
Like my relationship with Kumaran in terms of the mentor and mentee, I have done for all my ADM speeches. If I had given 30 speeches, all the 30 speeches I got implemented, all my contest speeches, still I go to his house and speak in front of him. Because he knows what I am comfortable with as a gesture, what I am comfortable with as a word.
Okay.
It gives, I can take a view, but still he knows my comfort level over a period of time,
Okay.
the way of style of speaking. I can definitely ask a mentee to go and meet some other mentor if it is for a specific purpose. Like I am going to go for international contest and I need to understand how I have to do my speeches, then definitely yes. I need to provide him that opportunity to meet other people.
Okay.
While the liberty is with mentee
Okay.
to stay or move on, I would suggest the mentor-mentee to have a more firmer relationship.
Okay.
It is not about speech alone, it also gives you more comfort level into the club.
That's also nice.
So
Okay,
that,
again, the
that is
benefit
my
No, no,
experience.
we
in
need
all
to have
this.
different opinions now, so I'm trying to understand how you're, yeah, Venkat.
Okay, let me add what Ramesh, I just want to second this.
Yeah.
Maybe Raju would have forgotten what he did for me. His first speech, icebreaker, I said in the 1920s. He said, why 1920s? Talk about your life. What's the point talking about the introduction? Why talk about 1920s?
Okay.
So what happened when you were born 1968? So I said then for the first 5 projects, I went to his house to give a speech. First, prepare the script, exchange the views, and then went to his house for rehearsing it. Then he said, after some time, it's better to go to some senior person to have a different perspective.
That's good.
It's not that I am good or
He
someone is
himself
bad.
suggested.
Yes, so probably you would have forgotten it. It's more than a year ago. So then, first 5, Raju, next 5 was Joe's. Then my advanced speeches have gone to Ramesh. So not that I'm not saying best, better or worst. It's question of getting
Different
the
styles, different
style,
opinions.
different
Good.
opinions.
What Venkat you want to say?
I had the chance of having multi-mentors. Like after my 4th or 5th project, I had 2 mentors one was very good on body language, one was good on voice modulation. You know, I used to see the mentor also speaking right in front of me.
Okay.
So I used to analyze the speech saying that he is very good on voice modulation. So he is good on this. Content-wise, he is good. So I have taken multi-mentoring also for a speech.
I think this is a good point like that, no? Maybe after 4 or 5 projects, somebody is really good at body language, somebody is good at grammar, okay, somebody is good with voice modulation. And I know speakers who have such structured content, you know. It's like, you know, as like a beautiful letter, there is nothing good, no disjointing at all. It flows so beautifully. And you won't miss out a single point. It's so easy to understand because the transition and the bridges, like Venkat said, is so well bored into every speech. You know, from the starting till the close, it's a beautiful connect to them. And some people have got this knack of writing beautiful letter. You can consult them to take those particular points. Very good.
You see, in my opinion, mentoring is like coaching. I would say Muhammad Ali, his coach could not get into and fight like anybody, but Muhammad Ali could not fight unless he was coached by the coach. So it's not necessary that the mentor has to be a great speaker. I believe a mentor has to understand what it takes to deliver that particular speech. You can see this everywhere, whether it is soccer or it is tennis or it is swimming.
The mentee is always better than the mentor in all these kind of sports because there's experience and
It is
one
because of the coach. It's because of the coach. So the coach doesn't have to be the greatest speaker in the world, but he must be able to help the speaker to reach that height.
In the US I met Greg Valentine's mentor. Okay, and the club level competition, the mentor was defeated by Craig Valentine. Super speaker, okay. And he went on that day to win the world championship. So he was telling me, I lost to Craig Valentine, okay, he's my mentee. He was very proud to say that.
Beautiful.
Isn't that so nice? And similarly, when Rajan Parlekar was mentoring when I went to the National Game Speech Contest, Rajan Parlekar took part in the competition. I also took part, Ian also took part. I went to mentoring Ian also, I went to Rajan Parlekar also. You understand the point? And we are practicing together. Absolutely no problem. Isn't that? Yes, Ram.
Yeah, because the mentor-mentee relationship, I had a beautiful relationship with Ramesh. Not only during my CC project, but even for my advanced project, today I go to him, rehearse it and come. The one thing that which I want to stress is, when I go to him with my script ready, I get what is called lateral thinking. And next time when I prepare, it is something totally different.
I experienced that also.
And it comes out much better. And regarding this Project 9 mentoring, regarding the Project 9 speech, I did a project on transgenders. And for that, I went and met the NGO Sangama in Shivaji Nagar.
You got to do that. See, actually, when you say you have a different perspective, after the Mangalore presentation, there were only two people who gave me honest feedback. Honest in the sense, actually, it was a totally different and it appeared a little critical because everybody else gave me a okay, good feedback. Raju gave me a feedback and message, and you gave me a feedback on the spot itself. Then we had a discussion down, right? Then I went and analyzed it, and after that, I completely changed the whole presentation. And now it fits beautifully. There's solutions at every stage now. With one slide, the concept of trust in life and in evaluation in life, evaluation in Toastmasters. It was so beautifully I worked out because you gave me a different perspective. So it's good to take a feedback from
When you
everybody.
say you, who are you talking?
Ramesh.
Please
Sorry,
mention that.
I didn't. He was raising his hands. I don't see that. I'm sorry. You are right. Yes, sir. So we have about 2 minutes left. Yeah.
Yeah, as a mentee, I had a different, a unique experience.
Ah.
Basically, my mentor abandoned me.
That's why I said don't call the names. Don't tell names. His wife abandoned him. That's why I abandoned him.
Basically, he stopped coming to the club, and he got very busy in his career, and he could not make it. When I said abandoned, it was not that he wanted to abandon, but perhaps it was a case where he couldn't spare time. So I went to his mentor, who happened to be the mentor of the club right now.
Okay.
And what I have to share as my experience is that he looks at the strengths of the person, the mentee. So he operates on that. For me, it felt like he is not trying to do a review of what I did. But more than that, he was trying to understand what I'm trying to put across, the objective. That is what I thought Venkat was referring to as a single line objective. I am trying to build on it, but he was also looking at my strengths. So he was helping me to look at the whole thing in a very positive way, rather than looking at it as a negative review. Oh my God, I have to go and get it reviewed by this guy. It didn't feel like that.
I'll take a point from what you said. Nagaraj Rao, okay, he's got all his speeches mentored, okay, at the higher level after 10th project, especially the storytelling manual about voice modulation. So he used to come home and he say, this is my speech, everything is mentored, you deliver it for me, I will record it and go see it. I said, don't copy my style. No, I want to know where the pauses are, where the voice modulation is, okay, why you go low. Okay, so he used to record it and go. After some time, he was actually practicing that style and you're not helping him. That was not his strengths. His strengths were totally different. His strengths was logic, spirituality, content, beautiful transitions. Those are the strengths, not great voice modulation and body language modulation. So he started focusing on this. I took a point for him. So to finalize everything, I'd like to see that if we can have a solid process of mentoring, some standardization should be there. So I wish the club president committee can take mentoring a little more seriously. Quality of the speeches, quality of the members depends on the mentoring process, the dedication. I know that, 6 o'clock in the morning I'm going jogging with the club was started, where about 35 members. I and Mohan used to mentor about 17 members each. 12 o'clock at the end used to mentor. Then immediately after Venkat finished 2, he started mentoring 1. The flow was there. So the dedication should be there. Let's have some standard practice where, let's practice these things and see our club, let's take the initiative in mentoring. Any help from my side? I'm ready. It's a long time since I've been mentoring anybody. I'm ready to mentor any 1 or 2 people from the club. Thank
Can
you.
I add one more point?
Please.
The mentor should see that he should not, the mentee is a clone of the mentor.
Yes.
That's perfect.
He should not be a clone. Say, suppose I have a style of speaking, my mentee should not also come and stand like me and do it.
That's what happened to Nagaraj and all that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.